away from. Literally, NASA is saying there's an asteroid heading toward Earth that's the size of a tall building. The good news is that when it hits the Earth's atmosphere, it's going to likely explode and break up into like a million pieces, they say. The bad news is that explosion in and of itself is going to cause damage all over the place, and that some of the debris could still fall back to Earth and do some damage. This thing's called the DA4, and it's traveling at more than 20,000 miles per hour. Who knew? Joining us now is somebody who did know. He's a geologist and a theorist. His name is Randall Carlston. He's good enough to join us once again. What is this thing? Tell us about it.
Well, we're safe now. It passed us yesterday morning at about 9 o'clock.
Yes!
So we're out of the danger zone. We can breathe a sigh of relief. That object followed right on the tails of another one that was the day before, on March 2nd, which was 2020 DZ3. Both of these two objects were roughly the same size as the object that exploded over Siberia in 1908,
right?
The so-called Tunguska object. Now, these objects are not going to cause planetary devastation. They're on the scale that you could call a city killer. You're in Washington, D.C. now. Washington, D.C. has the perimeter interstate is 495, I believe.
Right.
The area inside that, or in Atlanta, here where I'm at, it's 285.
Right.
The area inside there is about 800 square miles in both cases. That is the area of devastation of the 1908 explosion over Siberia. So this is about equivalent to a 15 megaton hydrogen bomb explosion. So in Siberia, you had over 800 square miles of old growth taiga forest, 80 million trees literally just snapped off at the ground level, laid over like new mown hay. And if an object like that exploded over a major city on Earth, you would have millions of casualties and it would be complete chaos, but it would not cause planetary disruption. It would be, like I said, it's a city killer.
Can you explain to me, so when I described that it would not hit Earth, it explodes just before it gets to Earth, is it the particles that fall that hurt us, or just the explosion itself that would affect us?
It's the explosion itself, because that thing, when you think of something moving at 20 or 30,000 miles per hour, miles per hour, that's, say 20 miles per second, and the atmosphere is about 8 miles thick. So it's moving so fast, the atmosphere doesn't really even have a chance to get out of the way. So it's almost like this object smashing into a brick wall, and it's decelerated so fast that it just dumps its energy into the atmosphere. And we'll have, in the case of the Tunguska event, the radius of destruction was between 20 and 30 miles
is it
from
just
the epicenter of the blast.
Is it? You said that this one is just missed us, but there was another one in front of it. So I guess, are there others behind it? Is it just a matter of time before one of these things actually does this?
Oh, yeah, it is a matter of time. And here's the critical question. Since we've been really a space-based civilization in the last 30 to 40 years, and we've started tracking these things, we've seen an increase in the number of documented near misses. The crucial question to me is this. Are we looking at a steady state situation, and it's just that our improved technology is allowing us to see more of these things, or is the flux of these extraterrestrial objects actually increasing? We don't know, but I would like to think that it's a steady state. We're just seeing more of them, that they've always been out there, but there's the possibility that the flux of these things does fluctuate through time. And from the geological level now, we're discovering that the Earth is filled with scars and astroblems from past impacts. And the thing about the Tunguska, I'll say this real quick, the thing about the Tunguska event is did not hit the ground, therefore it did not leave a crater. It exploded in the atmosphere, so in another 1,000 years, there won't really even be any evidence that that happened. It's likely that the number of Tunguska-type encounters is maybe 10 times greater than the encounters that actually leave an impact crater in the Earth itself.
Final question. What are governments, ours or others, doing to deal with this eventuality? And you're down to 45 seconds.
Not enough. That's why I'm interested to see how Space Force evolves. If people do want to learn more about this, just check out randallcarlson.net, and they'll be able to dive into a lot more detailed information about this subject.
But they are doing something about it, but they're just not doing enough. Our government in particular is dealing with it. Is there an agency that's setting this up?
Well, yeah, NASA is looking at this. I mean, this is where we get this information from. NASA,
Okay.
and certainly I know that the head of NASA now is actually quite concerned about this as a matter of in our future. Yes.
Randall Carson, you are a great guest, sir. I call you Grizzly Adams. You go by Randall Carson. Either way, we love having you on. Thanks again, my friend.
I love being here, Rick.
Hole on the red planet, an image posted to NASA's astronomy picture of the day webpage, is getting a lot of attention. It shows a hole on top of a Martian volcano discovered by chance in 2011. It looks to be an opening to an underground cavern. This kind of hole is particularly interesting to scientists because caves are protected from Mars' harsh surface, meaning they're relatively good candidates for containing life.
If you look at that, it's almost an optical illusion to me because I didn't realize there was a hole. It almost looks like a Hershey's Kiss.
Or an eyeball.
Yeah, or something like that. Something on top of it. Wow, that's almost perfect geometry right there.
And
It's
you could
obviously-
just stare at it forever and see
Yeah.
a million things.
It's obviously aliens.
Of course.
Welcome back. She's Lindy Thaxton.
He's Scott Jones.
Right. If you're really cool, you use rock quotes. Go like that. That's not easy. I know. Try that one.
Perseverance means that in the inevitable setbacks that we're going to face on the main way to Mars, humans won't give up.
That's how Alexander Mather defines persistence, the winning name chosen by NASA for its 2020 Mars rover. That seventh grader from Virginia beat out 28,000 entries from school children across the U.S. Not only does he get to name the rover, he and his family will witness the rover being launched from Cape Canaveral. It's scheduled to land on Mars next February. In our 8 o'clock hour, we're going to hear from a NASA graduate about applying to be one of the country's next astronauts, and we'll launch that interview at around 8:45.
So my entry of Rover McRoverface failed.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you have what it takes to be an astronaut. Only one way to find out. NASA is accepting applications for the next class of space explorers. And this week I got to talk to astronaut graduate Jessica Watkins and astronaut selection manager Ann Romer about the process. It's not every day you get to talk to folks at NASA about space exploration. And I want to start with you to sort of take us through what the purpose of this mission is. We're starting with the moon, but we're looking beyond. Tell us a little bit about who you're looking for.
Sure. So NASA right now, as of this morning, is accepting applications for the next class of astronauts. We are looking for candidates that have completed their master's degree in a STEM field, science, technology, engineering, or math, have at least 2 years of professional experience beyond the degree, and are U.S. citizens currently, as we're a government agency. Beyond that, we're looking for folks who are competent with teamwork, leadership, etc., because we're looking forward to, as you mentioned, going back to the moon and hopefully onto Mars.
Well, this sounds like, you know, every kid's dream come true. Jessica, you're from Maryland and Colorado and worked at the California Institute of Technology. You went through this training program and you got that once in a lifetime chance. Tell us what it was like for you to go through this program, how you were selected, and what you're doing now.
Sure, yes. So I definitely was one of those kids growing up who always wanted to be an astronaut. And so I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to apply in 2017 and went through the interview process here at the Johnson Space Center and then was selected. And following selection, we did about 2 years of kind of basic initial training. So no day has been the same since arriving here. You can find us doing anything from learning how to perform spacewalks to learning the Russian language to learning how to fly jets. So it's been a really, really fun time, and I'm super excited to be a part of the team.
Well, you're wearing the flight suit. You sort of, you know, look the part here. Is it everything that you dreamed it would be, or has it been, you know, sort of beyond the realm of what you could have even possibly imagined?
Oh, certainly the latter. I still wake up and have to pinch myself to make sure that it's real. It's just such an awesome opportunity and quite an honor to be able to work with a large team of people that make human spaceflight happen here at NASA.
Well, and this sounds like it's something like winning the lottery here. So a lot of people, I think, would have the same dream that Jessica had. Help our viewers right now figure out how they can make themselves, if this is their dream, sort of stand out and make this their reality.
Sure. Well, they can start by applying, right? There's no chance of getting selected if you haven't applied, and applications are received at usajobs.gov, and we're looking for well-rounded people, right? So obviously competency in a technical area, but we have astronauts who have a wide range of experiences beyond that. So we have a lot on the job announcement that we hope people will review, and we hope they pursue their dream by applying.
Well, I know you both have busy lives there at NASA, and we're so grateful for the chance to learn about it. Good luck, Godspeed, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again. So NASA is accepting the applications through March 31st, so you've got until the end of the month to apply. Go to fox59.com/links.
But make sure you belong to a secret society, or they won't even talk to you. And it helps to serve Satan. What a load of crap. Every day they're pumping out brainwashing, subconscious articles continuously. And I have yet to see that first concrete proof of a spinning ball. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just blinded and can't see it. I'm supposed to believe all of this stuff because it's on TV. It's on the mainstream. I'm supposed to take all this CGI and keep planting it in my subconscious mind and believe that we are on a ball flying through infinite universes. Heard a song the other day that I've heard for decades, and it dawned on me, the line in it from Journey. And the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. The firmament, the constellations, the sun and the moon, fixed in the firmament, turning, the wheel turning around the flat earth. They've been telling us for decades. Did you catch all the little Easter eggs in this video? It's full of them. Down the road.